is Jessica with Chapter 6, and today I am here to talk about The Monstrumologist by Rick Yancey. The Monstrumologist is basically about a young orphan boy named Will Henry, and he is an apprentice to the nation's only monstrumologist. And a monstrumologist is basically exactly what you think it is by using your context clues. The monster. What's ologist mean? The study of monsters. The studier of monsters. Monstrumologist. Just like a biologist studies biology, you know, he studies monsters. This entire book is very graphic, and it follows Will Henry and the monstrumologist's hunt of these very, very primal creatures. And I cannot say the name. I just can't. I'm going to try for you guys, but I can't say it. It's the Anthropophagus. Anthropophagus. I'm guessing. I know you guys will tell me though. So, this is basically, I don't know if it tells you. Yes, okay. This is basically a giant creature who has no head. It just has big, giant shoulders. And its stomach, or its mouth, is like right here. And it's just got giant sharp teeth. And it's got eyes in its shoulders, and it's a scary monster. But I was not too scared of it because it made me think of the purple guy in Monsters Incorporated. If you guys know what I'm talking about, then you know that purple guy is not scary at all. He's super cute. He has a bunch of eyes though in his chest, but he's cute, not scary. And I just pictured that every time I read it, and now you guys probably will too. But they are supposed to be extinct in this part of the world, but for some reason they are not, and they happen to end up in the graveyard of the monstrumologist's town. So they become aware of it very quickly, and their whole journey is to discover why those creatures are there and figure out how to stop them. Really wanted to like this book. This was actually recommended to me by someone at Joseph Beth, which is where we go book shopping at. He's like, this book is amazing, but it's either hit or miss. There's like a little following of people who liked it, and they actually had to petition Simon & Schuster to publish the fourth one. As far as I know, this is just based on what this guy told me. All the fans got together, and because they weren't going to do the fourth book since it wasn't so popular, but all the fans got together, and since so many people showed interest, they went ahead and did it. So that's pretty cool, and I really wanted to like it. And now that I'm done with it, I did enjoy it. I did like it. But as I was reading it, I found it painful to get through. Just because I'm somebody I like dialogue, I like character development, and this book was so descriptive that I would get lost in the descriptions and find my mind wandering. The thing that really kept me going was the writing was so intelligent. It may have been descriptive, but it was described so beautifully and with real words and not dumbed down that I just thought it was amazing. I'm actually going to read a passage for you guys. This is not like a big moment in the book. It's just describing like the littlest thing. Never going to be able to get this right in one take. So you guys are just going to have to bits and pieces it with me. Below the surface of this calm cave did a cyclone rage. I suspect, like the whole and wholesome sunlight splintered by the shards of colored glass inside the little church, Warthrop's psyche had been split, and though now far away, a part of him was still present at the morning's holocaust, kneeling, as it were, before the hollowed-out skull of the... I could hear him muttering variations of the argument couched in the coach, like a composer struggling with a difficult bridge, seeking to impose melodic balance to the discordant chords of his recalcitrant remorse. Okay, that is just describing the fact that Will Henry thinks that the monstrumologist is a little tense. And that's how they wrote it. And I thought it is beautiful. I would read this over again, and definitely the sequels, just to get more of Rick Yancey's writing. One thing I also really loved about the book was all the gore and the horror behind it. I didn't really find it scary at times. Like I said, it reminded me of Monsters Incorporated. But apart from that, it was very gory, and I am a recent gore fanatic. I love I'm finding myself to love gore books and movies. I think they're super cool. I don't really have a lot else to say about this book because I wasn't really super excited about it. So I'm just going to kind of get into a spoiler version, but it's still even really not that crazy. Just I kind of was not entranced with this book, so I'm not really sure how to review it. But I'm just going to jump in, so if you haven't read The Monstrumologist by Rick Yancey, please do not continue reading. I don't know. I loved so much about this book, so many elements about the book, but at the same time, while I was reading it, I was very bored. But I would love to know more about The Monstrumologist, maybe a prequel that has to deal with the Monstrumologist's father, or the Monstrumologist as a kid, or even a book version from Will Henry's parents' point of view. I would love to know more about the background behind this story and even further stories. There was just something about it that rubbed me the wrong way, and I really can't pinpoint what it is. So if that happened to you guys, let me know, because I really wanted to like it, and I just couldn't for some reason. Like Dr. Warthrope, I don't know how to say it again, but I felt like he was a little bit too mysterious for me. I would have liked to get a little bit more insight into him. The only real emotion that he shows is when he talks about, he always tells Will Henry that his services are invaluable to him, and at one point he says that Will Henry is invaluable to him, and that's really the emotional depth that we get with Warthrope, and I would have liked to see more of that. And to you guys, I always seem to have a question lately, was the one dude that he called in, what was his name? He didn't have a name. Kearns, Jack Kearns, I guess is his name. Was he Jack the Ripper? Like, they hinted at that a little bit, but they didn't go into it very much, and I would have really liked to see a more obvious things. I didn't make that connection until dude reading the diaries said something about it. So if you guys know any more about that, even if it's a spoiler, please just tell me if he's Jack the Ripper or not, because I gotta know. I thought about this much of the book was really good, just when they really start to get into the chase of the anthropophagi, whatever they are, but just when they start to get into the chase of them, I thought it was really good. But all the way up until then, it was just so boring, and I didn't really enjoy it. And this review is getting repetitive. I don't really have anything more to say about it. I do recommend reading it though, because even though, at least give it a try, just because I still can't figure out why I didn't like it, so I still want to read the next one. And I've actually thought about this book more often than I thought about other books that I'm reading now. So this book is still with me, even though I read it a couple weeks ago, and you guys should definitely check it out for that purpose alone. And I don't know why I'm saying that now. You guys have already read it if you're watching the spoiler section. This is part of my Dusty Challenge, so yay, me for that. Finish another Dusty Challenge book. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this review up. So I'm Jessica with Chapter 6. I hope you guys enjoyed my review. I hope you enjoyed my review over The Monstrumologist by Rick Yancey, and this chapter was for you.